Here are all of the topics covered in the US pressure groups revision video. This video will focus on the function of pressure groups. Pressure groups perform 5 basic functions, although not all pressure groups perform all of these functions. The first function is representation. Pressure groups can be a means whereby US citizens can have their views represented and their grievances aired. They are an important link between the public and the politician. They provide a channel of easy access through which ordinary citizens can voice their opinion. For many Americans, pressure groups will be the most important way in which their strongest held views are represented. Another function is citizen participation. Pressure groups increase the opportunities for ordinary citizens to participate in the decision-making process between elections. In the US, political participation is seen as a virtue. Many Americans seek far greater and more frequent participation in the democratic process than just election day. Pressure groups also offer an opportunity to participate in a specific policy area, pro-guns, anti-abortion, pro-environment, or anti-war, or whatever policy or issue a particular citizen feels deeply about. Another function is public education. Pressure groups attempt to educate public opinion, warning people of the possible dangers if issues are not addressed, as well as the likely effects of decisions made by the government. Another function is agenda building. Pressure groups attempt to influence the agenda of political parties, legislators, and bureaucrats to give priority to their members' interests. They may attempt to bring about different parts of US society to achieve a common interest. They might bring together business groups, religious groups, state governments, and professional organizations. An example given by Berry and Wilcox is of the manufacturers and distributors of CDs, DVDs, and computer software working together to get governments to pay attention to the problem of piracy of such goods. As a result of such coordinated agenda building, China promised to close down factories that were illegally duplicating American goods. Lastly, we have program monitoring. Pressure groups may scrutinise and hold government to account in the implementation of policies to try and ensure that promises are fulfilled, policies delivered, and regulations enforced. After the passage of the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act in 2002, commonly known as the McCain-Feingold Act, the Campaign Finance Institute commissioned a set of studies by the scholars on the law's impact on the funding of campaigns. As a result of such monitoring, pressure groups such as the NRA and the ACLU will sometimes bring cases to the state and federal courts, asking the judicial branch of government to monitor the effects of legislation. It was the ACLU that brought the first legal challenges to President Trump's executive order, placing a 90-day ban on entry into the United States from 7 predominantly Muslim countries during the first weeks of his presidency.